Hey, what's going on, guys? Chris here from DIY E65E66.com, and tonight's video we are going to be replacing the battery in our 2006 7 Series 750i E65. This should be the same exactly for the 02 through 08 7 Series, doesn't matter which one you guys got, E65, E66. First thing you're going to do, open up your trunk. You're going to come right on over here. And here are your fuses, of course. Your battery is located down here. But we're going to actually have to get under it by underneath the via spare tire here. Show you that in just a second, guys. Let me talk real quickly about the battery here. Now, a lot of people have certain opinions, and I personally believe that if you have the money, go with definitely an OEM type of a battery for your car. But after doing some research, I found out that there are about 2 or 3 battery manufacturers in the United States of America. They just label them differently, etc., etc. This one is by Johnson Controls, distributed by Johnson Controls. And so you can do your own research again, but this is after I did a bunch of research. This is a Class 49 battery. This is what you need for your 7 Series. And the cold cranking amps are about the same, 900. This is a Max Everstart H8 900 CCA right here. Of course, positive, negative terminal here. And so let's just get it right into it here. Now, the other big question people might have is, what kind of battery do I get? Well, you need to go with Class 49 battery. Just means, the size of it and cold cranking amps, etc. Next question is, do I need to register my battery? Now, people again have their different opinions on this. Some people say, no, not necessary. Others say, are you kidding me? Of course it's necessary. So after doing some research, I'm going to leave it at this, is that from what I found out is that if I put this new battery in and I do not register my car's software to the new battery, my car thinks I have the old battery in it, and it's going to be charging it differently than the newer battery. So now, registering a battery to your car, it goes through a lengthy process. Now, it is possible with the right software. You got to get your laptop software. You got to get the cord that connects to your OBD reader. You got to actually hack it and kind of refigure it. Not hack it, but refigure it. If you know what you're doing, really simple. Or go to an indie shop, pay them $50, $80 and have them register it for you. Now, again, in the long run, after doing research, a registered battery will last longer because it doesn't overcharge a new battery. From what I understand, if you don't register your battery, it will, worst case scenario, will overcharge your battery and potentially give you problems with your alternator, so on and so forth. But that might be a long shot. Others say, hey, it's just going to take a 6-year battery, knock it down to 4. You might not even own the car by then. Again, it's totally up to you. I'm going to leave you guys with that and get right into it. But I will tell you, I am going to try to get the software and register this myself and make a video for that. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, all right, guys. Now the first thing we need to do here is we need to go ahead and lift up our portion of our back mat here. And you're going to see this little hole over here on the right-hand side. This is just your kind of your spare tire contraption here. Now, here is your spare tire right here, if you even have one in the back of your car. Now, we can get a really nice shot of the battery right here. And, of course, right there we have our little vent sticking out where the battery is being vented. So we got a couple brackets right here holding it in place. We have this bracket right here. And just from what I can see right off the bat. So what we have to do here is I'm going to go ahead and remove all this out of my area here. I'll be right back with you. Alright, guys, so we have our spare tire out of there. Now we have a clear shot at the battery here, but we need to go ahead and go up here to the negative battery terminal here. So first thing you're going to have to do, you're going to have to take out your jack, if you have your jack in place here. So this little red thing just twists to the left. Real simple here, and then that pulls out completely. And let's go ahead and take a look at this here. Now, you're left with this little plastic piece in here, and this is really simple, guys. You just kind of grab it right here. That pulls up from right to left. Whole thing removes. You put that out of the way. Now what we're looking at here, guys, is we're looking at the battery right on the bottom right here. From here to here. So right here, right off the bat, here we have our positive terminal here. That's right on the little silver connector that slips right on it. And that is, off the top of my head, I'm going to go with a 10 or 11, but I'll definitely let you know about that. Then as we move back here to the, this is our jack hole here, and then back here is our negative terminal. Now we want to disconnect the negative first. Again, negative first, then the positive. But so what we're going to do right now is we're going to remove the negative. We're going to free up that battery, and you want to kind of move that out of the way there. You can put a paper towel over it, a sock over it if you don't want to have that connect with another piece of metal. That's what I might do. Alright guys, the negative terminal one here again is the one on the top right here. You can leave that one on. We're going to unscrew this. That is a 10 mil. Grab your 10 mil, pop that on, loosen that up, and we'll go ahead and take it off. Alright guys, and once that top screw is loose there, you can grab it down here, and what it does is then it's just going to kind of break free here like this, and go ahead and lift that up and get that out of the way. It's going to slide right off of this center piece right here. And just make sure that doesn't, if you touch it again, it's going to cause sometimes a little spark, it's just powering it back on. So you can lift that up out of the way. You can tuck it right over here in this little thing. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to go ahead and remove it here. Not putting it back on because obviously the positive side is still hot. So we're going to go ahead and just put that out of the way here. Alright guys, we just tucked it right over there in the corner. It's leaning up against the corner of the battery there. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and unscrew the top portion here, the positive side, now that the negative is disconnected. Again, black negative first. Okay, it says right there, the little negative symbol, black one. Now we move up here to the positive. Go ahead and grab your 10 mil again, loosen that guy on up. And this whole entire little system here, if it looks like this, we'll go ahead and slide on off just like it did the back one. And then we're going to come around to the front, unscrew that guy. Alright, same thing guys, 10 mil. Get it on there. Alright guys, now that our terminals are disconnected here, let's go ahead and come on down here, and we have our T30. Again, that one for that little bracket is a T30. So guys, if you haven't bought a set of T-sockets already, and if this is the first time ever watching my videos, these are T-sockets. They look like a star, and they're called Torx, or T, this one is a T30 there, T30, Torx bit. And just go ahead and plug it on in right here. And then we'll go ahead and get that guy loosened right there. And then when that comes up, your bracket is going to be free and cleared. And then, so that bracket is what's holding the battery in from sliding around. Alright guys, the bracket's out. This is our bolt. It does have a washer to it, so make sure that washer doesn't fall off. We'll put that right there. Now we're looking at the battery free and clear here at the bottom here. I only had one bracket. Remember what slot it goes into as well and what hole, for different size batteries. But again, class 49. So as we look over here, we still have our vent, which is attached to our battery here. So we need to unvent that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pull this straight up right here. And this is the vent tube connected to the battery to vent any nasty stuff that's coming out of the battery. It vents it straight down underneath the car there. So pull out your vent tube there, and then let's go ahead and slide this battery straight out. Alright guys, so we're just going to pull it straight out. It's going to slide. It's going to be pretty heavy again, so be careful. And don't, just in case you're going to reuse that vent tube, be careful not to bash that up here. So let's finish sliding out our battery here. Okay, and this is a BMW genuine battery, so it has two little grips here and here. So let's go ahead and, oh, wow, that's a heavy guy right there. Let's go ahead and pull that guy on out. Wow, that's heavy. Alright guys, so here is the BMW genuine battery here. And we have 12 volt 98H, 900 CCA, so that's exactly the same as mine. My new one, 900 CCA right here. Class 49 right here. Of course, this is the better battery. This is the more expensive one. Call up your local dealer and price this one out. It is expensive. I believe, don't quote me on this one, correct me if I'm wrong guys, but AGM Battery, I believe it is. And I believe, off the top of my head, that one is lead acid. Don't quote me, correct me if I'm wrong guys in the comments below. But this is the this is BMW genuine battery here. So, exactly the same size, positive, negative terminals. Our little vent tube on the side here. We're going to try to go ahead and vent this one as well. If that one has a vent hole, it should, over here on the right hand side as well. So let's go ahead and stick our new one in. Alrighty guys, and as we see here, here's our vent hole on our new battery. So we're going to go ahead and take out our old vent on this one here. And again, don't break this guys because you guys need it. And just pull it straight out like this. See how it's coming out right there. Again, boom, just like that guys. Now take this guys and we're going to go ahead and stick it straight on in the new vent hole here. Make sure that goes all the way in. I'm going to go ahead and hold it with two hands there. Push that all the way in. Alrighty guys, now of course again we want positive side over here towards the passenger seat. We want the negative towards the bumper right here. Our vent tube is going to be up and our negative of course is going to be down. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and get rid of these guys right here. So these should just pull on off right there and right there like that. Let's get rid of those. We don't need those. And let's go ahead and slide it on in. Pop that down. Slide it straight back into the slot. Alright guys, my battery has slid straight back. And just make sure when you're sliding it back, guys, to watch your red cabling. Especially make sure it doesn't get hooked over here in the corner. Lay it on top just like it was when you pulled it off. And it's going to scoop back just beautifully like this, guys. Now what we want to do, since our vent tube is already pushed in up here at the top, we're going to grab it again here, guys, and be gentle with it again. Don't want to be busting this thing. And we're going to go ahead and be gentle, and we're going to slip our vent tube back on inside there. Alright guys, I got my vent tube back in, and to tell you the truth, I had to coat it a little bit with some saliva around it to get it to go back into that kind of rubber hole there. But it's all the way in, it's venting, it's beautiful. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to put on our bracket, and then we're going to come up here and we're going to tighten down our red one that is already connected here. We just need to tighten it down with 10 mil. And then we'll go to our black one. So let's put back our bracket here. You want to jam it right up there against the corner where it was before. And what we're going to do is we're going to get it right there. So the hole is it's sitting right on top of the hole. And it's inside the little groove down here, the second triangle. Now let's go ahead and screw it on in. Alright, the screw is down real nice. Again, T30. Now, we come back up here, and let's go ahead and crank that bolt down right there with our 10 mil. And what I do is I started off with this guy here, and then I'll work my way to the socket here once I get it started here. There we go. And I didn't take these bolts off completely, guys. As you notice, the nuts were still on. It makes it a lot easier for putting it back on. And so now let's go ahead and crank that down a little bit tighter, and again make sure that it's sitting flush around the little circle here so that we have a good connection. And lastly guys, we have our black negative terminal here still hanging out over here on the right hand side, the edge of the battery. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to put that on top of our negative terminal here on the battery. And you might get a little bit of a spark, but that's just meaning that the car is being connected here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'm going to try to set up the tripod here so I can show you that spark if it does happen. Don't be too alarmed. Alrighty, so sorry if my hand gets in the way here, but I'm going to grab my negative terminal, and again I might get a spark. Okay, and now the trunk lights are lighting up, and I can hear beeps going on inside the car. And again, guys, just make sure that's nice and flush all the way around that negative terminal there. We're looking real good, guys. Now what we're going to do, since my bolt, I didn't take it all the way off, we're just going to, again, grab our 10 mil here, and then we'll crank it down with that first. And then we're going to grab this 10 mil, and we're going to go ahead and crank that down nice and tight. There we go. So that does not come loose on us. And guys, we are looking really good. So our trunk light is back on. We're looking really good there, guys. We have our red terminal on. Of course, you put that one on first, then last was the black one. Let's go ahead and put that on up. We're looking good. Our bracket's in. Our vent tube is set. Guys, you have now saved, no joke, you probably saved over 100-150 installation fee at the dealership. Indie shop might have charged you only 40 or 50 bucks to put it in. Maybe free if you bought a full price battery off of them. But guys, again, I'm going to leave the battery up to you, whether you want to go for an AGM battery and pay quite a bit for it, or if you want to go with the Johnson & Johnson one here. Look in the description box below. I'm going to have links so you can read more about different kinds of batteries, so check those out below in the description box. I am going to register my battery. I'm not going to make it like a 100% priority right now, but I need to get to it. I need to buy the cable that goes to my laptop, to my OBD reader, and then I'm going to download the software so I can register my new battery to my car. Guys, I hope this video helped. Hope the video has saved you a lot of money. It has saved me a ton of cash. I'm going to put my spare tire back on in, close down shop, call it a day, and we successfully did it, guys. Again, always stop by DIY E65 E66.com. Check out my latest videos. All my videos and projects are on there. I have many videos for E65s and E66s. And again, look out for the registering the battery video. And also, guys, something I'm working on right now, I'm working on an e-guide, how to work on your car for about, I think the first e-guide I'm going to put out is going to be about 5 projects. And it's going to go into a little bit more detail in writing with some still pictures of some of my projects that I do. Because I do videos, but I'm going to put some still photos and stuff like that and put together a nice e-guide and be able to really help out a lot of folks. So look for that and head on over to DIY E65 E66.com, guys. You guys have a great day as always.